Colin Oriard still stands as one of the top players in program history over 20 years after he hung up his Pioneers jersey for the final time. The four-time All-Conference honoree ranks in the top 10 in program history in both points and steals. As a freshman, he was selected to the Northwest Conference All-Conference First Team and finished third in the Northwest Conference Player of the Year voting. He bookended his career with a second stint on the NWC First Team and was recognized on the Honorable Mention Little All-Northwest basketball team in each of his first two seasons. Oriard's strong individual play coincided with an impressive 4 years of results for the program. Lewis and Clark won the Northwest Conference Regular Season Title in his freshman year and junior seasons, and the Pioneers were crowned Northwest Conference Tournament Champions in his sophomore and junior campaigns. The 2001-02 team, which was previously inducted into the Lewis and Clark Hall of Fame in 2016, won 3 games in the NCAA tournament to make it all the way to the NCAA Regional Final. After graduating, Oriard went on to play professional basketball in Denmark for Lemvig from 2009 to 2011.
Denmark. She got the Meritorious Service Award in 2005. And I was looking on the list of the people that were honored to be associated with, and one is the dog, but no. Colin Oriard, 6'8", 225 pounds. He's a monster. And in high school, he was a monster. I can't tell you how many trips Coach Baylor and his staff made down to Crescent Valley High School in Corvallis to watch Colin play, in hopes that he might choose Lewis and Clark as he wanted to attend. He didn't look very good. I mean, one day we watched him go 20 for 21 from the field in the high school senior game, and we're thinking he may be out of the league. You know, this is going to be a tough one. But Coach Baylor, he doesn't give up very easily. Pretty stubborn. And at the last minute, Colin made the choice to come to Lewis and Clark and joined a very talented group of players. We saw a lot of success on the hill. I'll thank Colin today for coming to Lewis and Clark. 1999? Wow, okay. I think of my notes, but 3 national tournaments in 4 years. Pretty amazing. I'm not sure if even our Final Four team back in '94 did that. But 4-time all-conference player, 2 first-team all-conference. I know you just heard all the stats, but in one of those years, he was only here half the year. He went to Spain on an international trip in the fall. But he still was all-conference. So, pretty remarkable. Colin was ahead of his time. Back 20 years ago, big men were not allowed to shoot the free. Not allowed. You couldn't, just forget it. You're going to be an inside player, and the guards were the outside players. That's how the game was played. Colin was very proficient at shooting the free. And not at the 20-foot 9-inch range there was back then. But Colin like 30 and 40. Before games, he would just camp out at the 30 or 40-foot line and just rain threes one after another. He was flicking his wrist. I mean, big, strong kid he was. And teams would look at him and go, "What's going on? What's with that?" Colin was allowed to shoot threes. I remember one game we played University of Puget Sound. We had to win the game to win the championship. And it was high near the end. Colin got the ball at about 29 feet. And without hesitation, took the shot and drained it. And we went on to win the championship that year. Colin had no issues with taking the shot when he had it. And he was given the green light almost all the time. He was just as effective inside, I might add. He mastered the kind of the cramp-on back your player down. Nobody had the strength to stop it. So he was likely that he played with another player 6'9", and another player 6'7". And so he was able to go outside, or he really enjoyed going outside. That team, the 2002 team that made the Final Eight in the country, holds the best season record of any team in Lewis Clark history at 24-6. Notice I think our team started 3-6, but that team had the best record ever. Most of those guys over here. In the fall of his senior year, he decided to go to Spain on an international trip. And there are not very many schools where he could have gone to. He's been allowed to do that. I mean, he was a key member of a great team, and he thought of him being gone for half the year. A little bit scary. However, a little bit on our defense, we knew he'd be back in January when the conference play started. Although I will say, when he came back from Spain, he was a little bit different. He hadn't been working out, and he had long hair. And it was like flowing hair on my head. And we said, "Who is this guy?" And he was still pretty good. So he graduated after those 4 years, and he went overseas and played basketball, professional basketball in Spain, in Australia, in Denmark, and in Germany. And in a couple of those cases, it was relationships that he made here. He was teammates, former teammates, who were playing Tom Meyerding in Australia and Denmark, and Christopher Steyer in Germany. They helped him get settled and get set up in some of those teams. He played with Todd, I think, in Denmark, correct? Yeah. So he made, he might tell you that he made some pretty amazing relationships that have lasted through his life. He came back from overseas, got his master's, and began teaching. He's been teaching Spanish at Grant High School for the last 10 years. I will say that he told me that when he was in Germany, he was teaching Spanish as an English speaker, speaking Spanish, or teaching Spanish to the German speakers. So, pretty unique. So, I think it's time to meet Colin. He's one of my favorite players in the 30 years that I coached here. Of course, the other favorites are all sitting over here. So with that, here's Colin.
Good evening. Well, I inner self-critic is I'm very grateful to be here. Most grateful because it brought so many folks that I love together, and I guess spend a weekend with them, and that feels really wonderful. Also to have my babies here, my parents. I'm grateful for the game of basketball. What a beautiful game it is. One that truly requires a team effort. You have elite players like Scott Davis, but we only work and we're all working together. And I've always loved being part of a team and a community. And basketball was always the ultimate for me. I don't talk about basketball very much anymore, but when I really think about it, other than the loved ones in my life, nothing has blessed my life more. Basketball was my life force in my teenage years and early 20s. It was the only place in the world where I had any sort of confidence, and it was the only place in my life where I could be present. It gave me purpose and a continuous outlet for the self-identity struggle that most teenagers do when they go to and it brought me so much joy, as well as physical and emotional. Really not like losing. Every single year losing Clark, really deep win championship, we win at, my 4 years and 2 years. And as Swin touched on, the main reason I chose losing Clark, my father's a professor, and so when we go on recruiting visits, you kind of check out the admissions office. so Lewis and Clark offered a really high quality education. But one of the things that Swen touched on is the fact that at Lewis and Clark I was able to study abroad. My parents and I lived in Germany when I was young, and when I came back to the States, I was just left with this fascination for the rest of the world, speaking different languages, and I knew that I wanted to study abroad, and hopefully I would be good enough to play semi-professionally overseas. And Lewis and Clark was one of the only schools that would allow me to play basketball and study abroad. And living abroad in Spain my senior year changed my life forever. And as a high school teacher, it's one of the things I tell my students, you can study abroad. And it's something that impacted me incredibly then, and has impacted basically every day of my life since. And post-graduation, I was able to live in Spain, play in Spain, and Germany, and Denmark, and Australia. I speak 4 languages, and it's all thanks to basketball. Spanish is my love language now. English is my first language, but Spanish is my love language. I raised my baby bilingually, and it's how I've communicated with them since I was uterus, and that's all because of me. And I'm so grateful for that. And then beyond that, living overseas, I got to learn German, I got to learn Danish, but I worked in educational settings and all those places. I taught Spanish in Spanish German kindergarten. I taught English, Spanish, and German, and guest lectured American culture classes in high school in Denmark. And I worked with children and adults with various disabilities, mental and physical, in Spain. And all of those experiences were actually richer than the basketball ones that I had. And I just feel so blessed that I was able to meet so many different walks of life. And that shows up today with my students in the classroom with all my interpersonal relationships, and most importantly, how I father my children. But when I actually think about my playing career, I mainly just think of the people that I played with and loved. And without them, I wouldn't be up here. Basketball is the ultimate team game, in my opinion. And we all have to be there together. And so I'm giving the support, but it wouldn't have been possible without them. And so I've got some things. Thank you for keeping me upright. Literally take my ankle over hundreds of times. My senior year, even more so. Unknowingly, I was microfracturing my spine pretty much every time I took the court. And your help was invaluable. And I got to repay the favor a little bit with my teams last year. Not enough, but thanks to Coach G for believing in me my freshman year. I really struggled to start. He kept playing me, and then for his overseas connections, he allowed me to get to Spain and start my pro career. I'm very grateful for that. Coach Rose, thanks for all your positivity, your tremendously wonderful personality, and all the Coach Swen, I'm talking about this already, but your words of wisdom and the way that you showed up in the toughest moments of my college career meant a lot to me. And there were 3 or 4 times where you said some things that really made a difference to me when I did that. I'm very grateful. Scotty, thanks for being our leader, our go-to guy. But thank you most for the friendship that we had in college, spending time in your dorm room in Korea, hanging out with some of the best non-basketball parts of my experience. Thank you, Rossi, for all those passes. Let's be honest, I'm a post player, and so without wings getting me the ball, I love my wings. But thank you most for our friendship, for being a wonderful housemate, for all those nights when we should have been studying with my Bolton instead. Love that stuff. Thank you, Hawks, for all those aforementioned passes. For showing you the gloriousness of the backboard, but mostly for your humor and your grit and all the things you share together. Thank you, Kirkham, for coming in as a younger player and working hard on an already established team, and all the fun times we had watching movies here. The college there are actually terrible movies, but thank you, Jay, for giving me the rock. Thank you most deeply for our friendship. You were my first grade acupuncturist. When we moved up to Seattle, you were very sad. My body hurt even more. And what I value most is all the phone conversations that we've had over the years as we both struggled and succeeded with this beautiful mess of parenting and partnering. I love you. Thank you, Adam, for all those passes as well. But thank you most for our most beautiful friendship. You've always been there for me. And over those 8 years that I lived abroad, no one visited me more. And you're incredibly generous and allowed me to have life experiences that I never would have had without you. And if my memory serves correct, we made memories together in Australia, Denmark, Brazil, France, Turkey, for a while, and go. And we ate them. There are a few more teammates that couldn't be here tonight. Beat us. Thank you for all those hilarious moments off the court and on. Your antics still give me today. Topher, my fellow big man, housemate, and German explorer. Thank you for that friendship in the States, but even more so in Germany. You're the reason that I speak German today. I'm really grateful. And finally, to my teammate Colin, we turned 1 year of boots together with a lifelong friendship. And we were there during the toughest times in college. And then we got to have a whole lot of fun abroad after I graduated. We got to be teammates in Australia, and then we get to Denmark. I'm very grateful. Lastly, and most importantly, thank you to my family. My brother, my best friend Alan. Thank you for everything. Especially these last 2 years of my life, it's changed in ways that I never thought possible. I'm so grateful to be your brother. And I'm so excited for all the memories our babies are going to have together. I love you. My parents. I'm so grateful for everything you've given me. There's not been a turn in my life that you haven't been there for. And I hope that I can be there for my babies like you have for me. There are times in my life, there's times where I've had things figured out. And these last couple of years have shown me just like that. I'm just so grateful for how you show up for me. I love you so much. And finally, and most important to my beautiful children, their wildness, their intelligence, their sweetness, their presence, their glory, their joy. I wouldn't trade my life for any other in this world. And they're the reason why. And you know, what's here? So it's not who's going to be that. God, we're going to be good and we're wrong. God, gracias por ser como sois. Divertidos de gente. Sencillo. Menos que sin compasión. No habrá ni un segundo en nuestras vidas. No quiero estar ahí a amar y apoyar. I surround us in was good muchísimo. I'm so grateful for my time at Lewis and Clark. The education that I received will always be a part of me. I've grown and evolved in ways that wouldn't have been possible without my experience here. And most importantly, because of LC, I have made connections with